Prior to this particular universe, what we would call the known existence of the Milky Way galaxy or what have you, because we it's relevant to the Earth, we inhabited several primal worlds.
Okay.
And those primal worlds, well, they came in 1998 and they said, well, this particular universe is something like 14 billion years. So the primal worlds that we inhabited before this particular creation, which is about 14 billion years, we just give a number just for a synopsis. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You never really know, but let's get to kind of round this thing off. Prior to this particular creation, which is about 14 billion years, we inhabited several primal worlds that existed about 14 billion years prior to it falling or demise. Extraterrestrials is going to help them. They're not coming from outer space. Ain't no green man going to liberate you. It's yourself. The extraterrestrial is your soul that had a landing a couple of million years ago. Was Mutu. True sayings. So you want to deprogram the mind to not believe that nothing is impossible. You see, like they say, technically a bumblebee can't fly. The wings are too small for the body, but it don't know it can't fly, so it flies anyway. See what I'm saying? Power inside of us that is so powerful that when it come online, it will reduce New York and London to a stone age, and there won't even be a soul left to tell the tale, not even a rat. That's the liberation, you see what I'm saying, and feeding somebody some damn tofu. And you're supposed to be flying. So you can get to the good shit, or you can stay around with all the little bullshit. And those particular primal worlds were these high superior deities. And these high superior deities, in so many words, got old and started falling asleep or losing power. Their children rose up, which would be the gods that exist today, the ones we worship. Their children, those primal deities or entities, children rose up and thrust their parents into a physical existence, and they became humans. So we are the parents of the gods that we worship today.
Wow.
You see?
Right.
And became humans. And so in our human of the gods that we worship today.
Wow.
You see?
Right.
And became humans. And so in our human existence, what we were supposed to do was to go to an incubation stage of the mummy that you see Osiris wrapped in the mummy.
Right.
Which was a cocoon. And it was a cooking vessel to cook the soul into perfection and sift out the flaws that made us fall in the first place. You see, there was a flaw in us that made us fall in the first place. And for so many years, millions of years, we had to sift out the certain flaws to perfection.
Right.
System to tell you about this perfection. The Christos, the Christ form, which is the perfected soul, perfected stone. So what happened was, we took on a physical existence. Now, when we first took on this physical existence, we could maneuver just as gods. And that's where you get your Lemurian and your Atlantean periods. Okay. So we were into what is called a semi-physical world. So in those particular days, the physical world was like a faint shadow. And the spiritual world was clear. As the vibratory rate fell and we became more encased into the physical, the spiritual world became a faint shadow, and the physical world became visible. And we sunk lower and lower into humanism, into particular aspect. We used to have multiple gifts: clairvoyance, clairaudio. We could fly. We could do just about everything you see a superhero can do.
Right.
And it was maybe hundreds of different gifts that was reduced down to the 7 or the 5 senses. And we ended up with the 5 senses. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that primal world was covered over. That God form was covered over with something called the elder seal or the elder sign, and was covered over with now what you call the physical brain. The physical brain is the enemy, and as humanity